across the whole month. I mean, you have these few peaks here. These are tournaments, and that's what makes it look so lopsided. But other than the tournaments, which are only bringing in about 1,000 again, like we stated, was what led to this initial question. We're seeing that it's not growing very much. So that brings us to the question: why not? Why are we not seeing people come to the esports streams, and why are we not seeing people stay on Twitch? So I asked around Reddit, Twitter, my community, YouTube, wherever I could ask people about it who played Brawlhalla. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey guys, and welcome to the video. It's BlackCat975, back at you again here with an interesting question for today's Brawlhalla video. So today I was on Twitch and I came across this question. Why is Brawlhalla not growing on Twitch, specifically in the esports scene? But I think it's overall Twitch is not we're not growing on Twitch as a Brawlhalla community in that area. So I did some digging. I went around and I asked some questions, things of that nature, and I want to go over what I found with you in today's video. So to get started, I'll need to show you my screen here. We have a question here. It's a little bit hard to see, but why is Brawlhalla not growing on Twitch? Okay, so if we're gonna start with a question like this, we need to say, all right, what's against Brawlhalla in Twitch? So what makes Twitch hard for growth? So let's start with this question. Okay, because if we want to grow and know why we're not growing, we need to know what you do to grow. So on Twitch, as we all know, you have obviously a category, which in this case is Brawlhalla, which the content would be game question here. It's a little bit hard to see, but why is Brawlhalla not growing on Twitch? Okay, so if we're gonna start with a question like this, we need to say, all right, what's against Brawlhalla in Twitch? So what makes Twitch hard for growth? So let's start with this question. Okay, because if we want to grow and know why we're not growing, we need to know what you do to grow. So on Twitch, as we all know, you have obviously a category, which in this case is Brawlhalla, which the content would be gaming, and of course you would have your streamers, and then you would have your watchers, um, the viewers. So with that in mind, um, I want to start by addressing the esports side of Brawlhalla because it's probably the more interesting side for getting started at least. So in the most recent tournament we had, the summer tournament, um, we had about 1,000 viewers, a little bit more at max. And we're talking about just over 1,000, right? So not very good when you think about the fact that the game has over 1 million concurrent players. And this fact was brought up on Twitter, which is leading me to this video. So what's hard about growing on Twitch? Which I spelled Twitch wrong. Most of you can't see my how small that is anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? So what makes it hard? So we know that Twitch has no algorithm. So Twitch does not help growth. Okay? So we have to do it ourselves. As a community of Brawlhalla players, it's up to us to make the community grow. That means being interactive across, Twitter, Reddit, Twitch, YouTube, etc. Now, when you look at the esports, specifically on Twitch, um, with such a low viewership, but such a large player base, that means simply that the people who play Brawlhalla are not interested in the esports side of Brawlhalla. They're just not. Um, so if the people are not interested in esports side or Twitch in general, why is that and how bad is it? So let's start by getting a basis of just how rough it is as a Twitch streamer of Brawlhalla, which I do stream Brawlhalla. I love Brawlhalla. But let's look at the numbers here. Now I'm doing this video a little bit late overall, but we're gonna start here. So this is called Twitch Strike, and again I do apologize for any background noise, but currently there are 38 channels streaming. 38. There is 117 viewers, and there's a ratio of 3 viewers per 38 channels. Of course, that's not the truth of it. If we go and look at it here, this number is a little bit higher. One of the two of them is slightly off, depending who you trust. Right now, Remy is streaming with 50, is that 57? Yes, that is 57 viewers. So if we go back to this, uh, that means that he would have over half of the population just watching him. So the sources here are a bit mixed. I don't know which one of these is more up to date, if this one's more accurate or not, but I would expect these numbers to be a little bit better during the day. and I'll show why. If we look here at the heat map below, so this is the ratio heat map. We have channel heat maps and viewer heat maps. You can look through these and pause the video now if you want to look through these. But as you can see, let's start with the most interesting part of this. This is the graph highlights here. If you have 2 viewers, 3 viewers, 4 viewers, 5 viewers, etc. moving forward, and you have more and more as you go up, right? So if we look at the ratio heat map, we got 2 viewers here, 0 at 2 a.m., etc. Let's look when it gets a little bit deeper. It gets a little bit better around 7 a.m. There's about 4 viewers per person. Um, keeps continuing around 4. Around the middle of the morning, it gets up to 5. Now note, right here, according to this, again, I can't say to the accuracy of this. Um, this is at 32 channels streaming. You see here on these little bubbles here. This one has 85 channels streaming at 2 a.m. For example, 85 streamers of just Brawhalla with a ratio of 3. If we look here at its what I consider is one of its best times, here we see that there is 15 less viewers or so. Check one of these. That one has 100 less. So a few less viewers, but the ratio is a bit better at 22 to 114. Um, the best time is down here, and it's on a Tuesday with 62 people streaming and 368 watching, which is this is all less than what it shows on Twitch. So these numbers maybe inaccurate or out of date. I don't know how often they update this particular site. You know what time zone that is, maybe could be off. But let's take a look here. Let's break it down, right? So let's break it down into when we see the most people streaming. We have 77, 60, 69. We see an average of about the 50 to, let's call it, let's see, there's 0 channel streaming there. Let's call that about, what would be fair, about 30. Let's say the average of streamers is about 33, like we saw before. So if we take that there is 33 streamers at any given time, we take what we would consider the average viewership, and let's consider that viewership. Let's see. Let's look at the viewer numbers here. Let's grab a number. Let's grab a number that is fairly. Let's say that we grab a number like. Let's see. We need one that's fairly in the middle. Let me look at the. Let's see. Let's go with one that's a pink shade here. Let's say there's an average viewership of 129 channels, uh, maxing out around 240. So let's say that that's about like the middle of that. What would that be? About 100 difference. So let's say there's 170 channels streaming. Excuse me, 170 viewers at one time. I apologize. Um, to an audience of 33 streamers. So if we use our calculator, go to a calculator here. We're gonna take 170, yep, and divide that by 33. You get about 5. So 5 would be ideal. So as you can see, that number is very low for common streamers, right? Now, that can make sense. It is a smaller community. But why don't we see a greater influx when we go over here and see the top end of this? Top end of this is still very low. Again, there was only 1,000 viewers for a sponsored by the devs and by the company um, tournament. So why is that? So let's go to our next question here. We figured out, maybe why maybe that was an issue. Let me pull up a notepad here. Where did I put it? Somewhere. There it is. Perfect. So, so as far as growth here, we see that we have a lot of channels coming to a very small number. So to begin with, to stay on track here, why is there no growth in our Twitch viewership, even though we're seeing a growth in channels? So we can tell that there is a good influx of channels actually streaming the game, but why is there no more people coming to Brawlhalla on Twitch? And this harkens back to Twitch does not help with growth, right? So if your average ratio is 3, let's say there's an outlier. Like I saw someone streaming about, I think AJA or 2000 had about 87 viewers one night that I was watching. So let's take his. His is an outlier, right? Um, and let's say that that's an outlier. 87 viewers is nothing in the grand grand scheme of Twitch. So Twitch is not seeing us as a community on the platform. Let's look at some more statistics here, which I can kind of show, really show how just how far down Brawlhalla is in Twitch's kind of algorithm they use here. Um, I have this other stream data here, which gives slightly different numbers. It shows that we're really on the up and up. The watch time is up 100%. The average viewership is going up. The average channel streaming is also going up, which is a bit worrying, which means we're getting a lot more streamers with about the same amount of growth. Means it just all spreads back out in general. Now this has a little bit of a different viewer ratio, and its max viewers are a little bit different. But the more important thing here is if we look at the graph for the average peaks for Brawlhalla, average the viewership here versus the average um, actual streamers is very much coincides. So that means that no people are really hopping in, seeing someone they like, and really jumping on the bandwagon here. As you see, there's not very many big peaks here um, across the whole month. I mean, you have these few peaks here. These are tournaments, and that's what makes it look so lopsided. But other than the tournaments, which are only bringing in about 1,000 again, like we stated, was our what led to this initial question. We're seeing that it's not growing very much. So that brings us to the question: why not? Why are we not seeing people come to the esports streams, and why are we not seeing people stay on Twitch? So I asked around Reddit, Twitter, my community, YouTube, wherever I could ask people about it who played Brawlhalla. Hey, what do you think about this? And the most common answer was, I don't find it enjoyable to watch it all in that kind of context. They prefer to just watch like combo videos or learning videos. That was a big answer. So I have a feeling that A, the community that's actually playing is hungry to learn, but not so they're not able to take anything away from the pro scene, which is what I think is hampering the pro scene, is that the people can't sit down and watch it and understand what makes something so interesting to watch because it's a little bit out of their grasp, makes it unfun to watch. And the other thing I got about the esports scene that it was not very interactive. So people wanted things like small drops, like the little thumb avatars that you see in Brawlhalla, the little thumbnail avatars that show up in the corner. They wanted things like that to be dropped or something like that. Something to make it like, hey, I'm a part of the community. I'm here for the stream, and I want to have a great time. There was something that shows that the Brawlhalla devs and company care about having them in the stream because otherwise there's nothing there to really see. So there's a lot going on with that. Moving on here, so we basically hit the esports side. And people are not interested because they don't understand or they don't feel appreciated, so they don't show up. Now, moving on to the rest of Twitch, Brawlhalla in general, with some more numbers here. This is the average peaks and valleys across the weeks, as you can see here, versus streamers versus uh, the actual Twitch creators. So, as you see, it goes up and down. And one of the biggest things you notice is the viewers versus channels is almost always more people streaming than there are people watching. In general, in a ratio standpoint. So how do we fix the just general, hey, come to Twitch and look at my stream, enjoy my content? I think this comes a lot down to what do you bring to your stream and how are you growing the audience? Brawlhalla is not going to grow itself, and while hopefully I do hope that more interaction comes for itself, that the devs get involved in the chat more, bring out things that can actually entice people to want to be there, breaking down things maybe in a more colorful way on stream so that people can enjoy it maybe more, even if they have a lower skill base. Um, on our side as Twitch streamers, we need to be cultivating this following. If we look at YouTube, let me open a YouTube tab here. See that itself, you look at Brawlhalla, it is doing amazing. And that is because um, Brawlhalla videos themselves, the algorithm on YouTube will suggest this to other Brawlhalla people or people who like Brawlhalla. So you're still doing a lot of work, of course, on YouTube to cultivate your audience up, but the YouTube algorithm is helping a lot, where Twitch's algorithm is not helping us at all. Um, so I think one of the biggest things is trying to convert as many people from your montage videos, from your gameplay, over to Twitch. Say, hey, if you like this content here, you can get more of it here. You could talk with me personally, and really trying to make our Twitch community as interactive with it as possible. Make it a place where people will come, learn, grow, and play Brawlhalla with us. Hopefully, this clears up a couple questions that I had for myself. Hopefully, I've made as clear and concise as I can. I'd like to thank you for your time. If you video, please like, subscribe, and have a great day.